Oh, yo, what up, user? Reality by design. What's up, bro? Thank you for liking the live. Hey, can you send me a invitation, please, and thank you. I don't know why it's not letting me. Oh wait, I hit gas. Let me see if that works. Yo, there he is. What up, Janet? What up, Alex? Theodora, what's going on? Kay, what's up, Kay? Hi. Okay, KK. What's up, guys? What's up?
Dude, I love the call in school. Just hearing people talk, man, it's so cool to just watch their life transform. Just seeing
Yeah, bro.
get away to it. It's such an awesome. It's awesome to observe.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy too that people are like transforming so much in like 2 weeks. It's like, dude, like I said, it took me like 15 years to like get this
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Tell me about it.
What up, Joy?
Alex TikTok.
Janet, thank you for all the liking the lives. What up, what up? Hello again. 3 times in a day. I just want to do a shout out. I've been putting this on my YouTube. I want to do a shout out to Mystical. I love Mystical. Mystical, thank you for supporting every stream. You've been supporting for a long time. And the OG viewers, thank you. I love you guys. But yeah, Ryan, if you don't mind, I'd like to have you answer a lot of the questions because a lot of the people on YouTube have really been enjoying you respond to the things, and it's nice to have a different perspective. They've heard me talk a shit ton. You know what I mean? So
Let's go. You can jump in wherever you like, man. I love it. I'm
I
just, I'm
appreciate you,
just,
brother.
I'm just flowing, enjoying it, man.
I appreciate you.
What are y'all's favorite books? Yeah, that's a great question. Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Um, Parallel Universes of Self by Frederick Dodson. The Complete Works by Neville Goddard.
Conversations with God.
Oh yeah, Conversation with God should have been number one. That was fire.
Dude, it was so good, bro. So good, so good. Neil Walsh.
Oh yeah, Neil Donald Walsh. Conversation with God. I got so many. I just bought 5 more this week. One I got last week was Metaphysical Millionaires, and it's really good because I was just interested to see his take. And it's funny, he spent like 4 chapters on meditation and how important meditation is, and all the successful CEOs meditate and just what it does for you. So that's a really great book.
So true, bro. Transformed my life. It was like meditation was the only solution to like everything.
Yeah.
Funny enough, it still is a solution to everything.
Yeah, yeah. Agreed.
Thank you for the heart me. Thank you for all the likes, guys. I appreciate y'all. What's up, everybody that joined?
Arjon said, I've been robotic affirming for a week and I've been blocked on everything. Well, yeah. I've done the robotic affirmations. I did it once for like 6.5 hours and I thought I was going to go crazy. Um, I mean, maybe it works for somebody. The whole point of the techniques is to shift your state. It's to change who you're being. So, I mean, if that does it for you, but I find it that it's just really, for me, it was just wasting time because you're just saying something, trying to use it like a magic spell. If I say it 4,000 times, then this will happen, and it's just not true. If it doesn't change who you are, then you're going to get the same results. So, but it was comical. I should have taped it. 6.5 hours, man. I was like, afterwards, I was like, I need to just go sit in a sauna.
Bro, I fucking did that for like 6.5 months for 6 hours, bro. Like I was doing it every day. Like dude, the amount of suffering I put myself through was just
Oh yeah.
crazy, dude. Like if I would have known what it is that I know now, what it is that Neville talked about. It's like I would have never affirmed for that amount of time, but I didn't know what I was doing, so that's why I did it. And I saw also a lot of content creators talking about doing it, and so I'm like, well, fuck. And then I'd also see people on Reddit that talked about that they affirmed a shit ton and they got success.
Yep.
And I'm like, dude, what? How come I don't get it? But then what I'd noticed too, and this is what I always tell people, don't pay attention to what people are telling you. Pay attention to what's happening within you. This is going to give you your truth experientially. I would pay attention to why sometimes when I affirmed, I would feel like I was in a loving relationship, and other times it would do absolutely nothing for me besides cause more obsession, more frustration, more wanting, and more needing. What was the change? It couldn't be the affirmation because I was doing the affirmation continuously. So what was it?
Right.
And what I found was the truth is that in some of them, I was recognizing that I was that way now. I was actually catching the sensation of that being true.
Yeah.
The other times I was forcing, I was trying, I was wanting to make it happen. And those are the times that I failed. And Neville talks about this. He talks about that if you try to force something or effort something, you will fail.
Yeah.
And that if you, it's a simple submission, it's a simple allowance, it's a simple remembrance that it is that way, because it is that way within you. Everything exists within you now.
Yeah.
And so it's just simply aligning with it. Now, ever since I find this easiness, it's like, oh, I can just accept that I am whatever it is I want to be at any given time. And it's very easy. And I just do it as simple acknowledgement, a simple thank you that it's that way. Just like Jesus did in the Bible. Before he saw any manifestation, he simply accepted it was that way. No doubts, no begging, no making it happen. A simple remembrance that everything existed within him now. And he allowed it to then be that way. And then poof. Thank you, Father.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Facts.
Very simple. I gotta take another piss.
All right, John, what's going on? Neville talks about the feeling, trying to read. Neville talks about the feeling. How can you feel when I'm coming from a mood or state of lack? Well, that's good. I mean, you're right. You have awareness enough to know you're in a state of lack. So now you just need to shift that. You have to understand where your state of lack is coming from. Like Joseph just said, it's coming from you. Recognizing that you are fulfillment, that you are abundance, that you are love. If everything on earth in the universe comes from you, then it's only the awareness or conscious, or the fact that you are conscious of being lack. Remove that from your conscious. You are abundance. What would it feel like? One thing that helped me in the beginning, what would it feel like? What would it feel like to be abundant? What would the sensation be like to have my SP? And when you give it to yourself, you recognize that there is nothing outside of you ever going to give you a feeling. Everything is just everything's a symbol of who you're being. So just remove your awareness to that.
What up again, Joe? Just Joe.
Arjan said, I can't feel something I've never felt because I don't know what it feels like. That's a good question. Well, let's say I remember when I was young, I would see people at a movie, like a romantic or a rom-com or something. And you'd see them in love or whatever they're doing, and you could imagine what that would feel like. But if not, what feels like peace, happiness, bliss to you? If it's I don't know, being on an island somewhere, whatever it is for you, put it on the park.
I love that you said that. Dude, I love that you said that. That's a great example. When you saw them and you were feeling their love,
Yeah.
that was the feeling that you had. And see, you never had that experience, but you don't need to because it already exists within you now. All you got to do is sit in the silence and contemplate it.
Yeah.
Contemplate that you're in that loving relationship. You'll catch the mood. This is what Neville said. Sit there and contemplate it. Ask yourself, what would the feeling be like? And sit there until you catch the mood. Yeah. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a great answer, bro. I love that. I hope that that clips.
This would say, voice bells, what's going on? Without being enraged and filled with doubt, he said she became his peace. Is that, I'm trying to, is that from a book or is that from you? Um, I'm not sure, voice bells, if you're talking about your SP said that. Clarify on that for me so I know how to answer that. There's another one above it. Got it. I can't see it. I'm trying. You mind writing it again? What was above that? I think that's in a book though. Just Joe. Yeah, that really made me smile with that answer, and it's so true. I'll remind myself that every day. Awesome.
Thank you guys for going crazy with liking the lives. As always, you guys are the best.
Kay said, my favorite ways to contemplate is cleaning or doing my routine tasks, especially because busy single mom. Yeah, that's a great way. If you're, doing something like the dishes, mopping or whatever, sweeping, yeah, it's so easy to imagine in those moments because we can kind of do the activity on autopilot. Alex, TikTok. Yeah, well, I can repeat. The question was asked, what if I've never felt it before? And I said, for me, it was like I remember being younger and seeing a movie, like a romantic movie or a rom com, and seeing them together and just catching a feeling of what it would be like. And what Joseph said, it's because it is you. You are that. You are those things. So you just sit in the silence and contemplate. What would the feeling be like? What would this sensation be like? And it will come to you. Doro fact. I struggle with changing the image of my SP, ignoring and avoiding me. If I imagine old scenes, if I imagine old scenes pop up, yeah. Well, you just have to create new scenes. Once you recognize that you are the operant power and that everything is just reflecting you, just don't imagine to the contrary. What would it feel like? Change the scenes. Imagine a beautiful scene, and that's what you stay on. You don't need to go back and imagine the old scenes. You've already done that. Kay said, also music helps me catch the feelings too, if that may help you. Yeah, facts. Music can be great for that. Hope said, to be in flow means to be present and live from the end regardless of the 3D. Yeah, 100%. Flow is just being present, allowing everything to be as it is because it's perfect. When you're in flow, you can experience is peace, bliss, love, happiness, and fulfillment. Lucas, what's going on, man?
I've gotten manifestations without feeling the wish fulfilled. Correct, because in those instances, you weren't feeling the opposite of the wish fulfilled.
Yeah.
As I always say, your only job is to not imagine to the contrary. However, what you'll find is that most people are imagining to the contrary continuously. So when we're talking about feeling the wish fulfilled, what you're doing is you're replacing the not being who you desire to be with being who you desire to be. So yes, if you don't have resistance or you're not imagining to the contrary, your default is what you love will flow to you. But if, like with an SP, most people are often imagining the old story, imagining that SP isn't the way they want them to be. And so in that instance, it's important that we are replacing it with the wish fulfilled.
Nick B, my ex reached out to a friend about me 11 years after we split Monday. I'm confused. Did I manifest it? Well, just like Joseph was saying, you don't have to necessarily think it. Well, who we're being automatically flows to us. So we we see that a lot. Not necessarily 11 years, but someone will give up, or someone will. That's it. I'm done. I got to move on. And then they come back or they reach out. And why is that? It's because you're not thinking to the contrary. The whole time you're trying to manifest it, you're spending thinking to the contrary. Lucas said, I just wrote a meditation script for fun. That's awesome. Janet asked, did you find when starting meditation that your negative emotions would be released? Yeah. And I found that they would come up. And there was a lot of, like Joseph said, there was a lot of, in the beginning especially, a lot of mind activity and fidgeting around, and you start getting tense in muscles. And that's just the ego trying to get you back in the mind. But yeah, a lot of emotions come up and are released during meditation. Nick B said, just asked Louise had a reading. She said he did it to say sorry and wants me back. Yeah, I mean, I think you're the one who said that was 11 years. Yeah, that happens. And it's just reflecting who you're being right now. So, I mean, I don't know if you said that was your SP or if you wanted it back, but.
Yeah, I think that's something you've been saying within yourself, because Luis is just going to mirror whatever it is that you're saying to yourself, right? Like if you're like, oh, you're having an inner meaning or an inner idea that your SP doesn't want you, when you go and you get your cards read, that's exactly what's going to come up. And then when you have a change that like, oh, my SP loves me, or my SPs, we're in a loving relationship, or they're obsessed with me, then the reading's going to say that. So it's like, it's just a reflection of what you're doing within yourself.
Yeah. Doro Fat. Am I saying that right? Doro Tact. Ryan, when your SP told you she had moved on, how did you stay solid, not triggered? In the beginning, I definitely didn't stay solid. It took so long. I just got to the point where I made my mind up, and really helped getting into flow, being present, not bad. Like Joseph said, your whole job is to not think contrary of it. So when you get to a place where you focus on who you're being and being present, it just allows that to flow in. So, and also, I saw Joseph's video on what would it feel like, and so that was really easy for me because a lot of the other techniques are they kind of create this natural like opposition, and it's like I have them now, and your brain's like, no, you don't. They're not in front of you. But when you say the phrase, what would it feel like right now to be in a loving relationship? That's really easy because I'm not asking you to do anything but just imagine it. And so that was really helpful. Lucas, Joseph and Ryan, you're my mirror, so reflect me something back that I need to know. You got to go to Luis's page for that, dude.
Be in the flow, Lucas.
There it is.
It was so funny. I just received a message on YouTube from our interview. That video is just taking off, bro. It's got so many views.
I love it.
And someone goes, if you got to manifest somebody 5 times, you got to move on.
Listen, it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, the funny thing is, bro, is that like, it's just misunderstanding the law. It's like,
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, it's just you're repeating the same pattern because you're just reflecting yourself over and over and over, and until you change it, you're going to experience the same thing.
Yeah. Aisha, thank you for the heart me. Thank you everybody for the heart me. Thanks for all the likes and everything, guys. You guys are freaking awesome. He is stubborn.
Yeah, I don't quit until I get it right.
Uh, I got to be honest. I mean, it would be the same way with my wife. Your heart wants what your heart wants. And what's a better way to become a master at this than to practice?
Yeah,
It's like whether you have this SP or you have another SP, you're going to have to change what you're doing within yourself. Otherwise, the relationship's going to be the same. So why not be the same person?
yeah,
I mean, I don't get a. That's always been my mind state.
yep.
Yep, exactly, Lucas.
Facts, Lucas.
Brian's been with his SP for 15 years, also.
Yep. Nah, Leanne, you got this. Just all your main goal is to imagine your desire, know that it is you, that you already have it, and to not think contrary. Thank you, Kay. I was really appreciative of how emotionally aware you both are or were. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of practice, like a lot of at bats. I'll say that. Leanne said that gives me faith. Laugh out loud. Things have changed so much since manifesting. So fingers crossed. Yeah, you'll notice, Leanne, as you start embodying that, and you are the version of you that already has it. Reality reflects it. So you don't have to keep your fingers crossed. There's no luck needed. Hope. It's a good question because Joseph, I liked your answer. I think it was yesterday. Do I have to transform my subconscious beliefs or just accept that I've always been this wonderful woman? Joseph had a good point. The more conscious you are, and the more present, the more you are in flow, the more in alignment your subconscious gets with your consciousness. So, yeah, the way you put that yesterday was beautiful.
Yeah, thank you, brother. So more or less, what I ended up saying is that until we become conscious, our subconscious controls our life. But as you become more conscious, you'll notice you get many opportunities for you to purify your subconscious mind. And what I mean by that is a lot of people want to heal. They want to go back in their past. They want to do this. They want to do that. But you don't need to. And here's why. I'll share with everybody in here on their past relationships, since this is something that everybody can experientially relate to. If you had certain fears that SP would do this or they would do that, where'd that come from? There was no, SP didn't do anything. So why was it that you were assuming this? Well, clearly this is from a past circumstance. So you see there, the past just showed up in you as a reaction in your current life. So I don't need to go back in order to find my past, or heal my past. I get an opportunity every day whenever I come into interactions where there's overthinking, there's emotional turmoil. This always lets me know 100% of the time that I have some untrue belief for me to release. It's a subconscious belief or assumption. Now, how do I deal with the subconscious belief or assumption? Well, the first thing I do is I become extremely present. I become extremely aware so that I don't react, because a reaction ends up solidifying or cementing that belief or that assumption. So I become extremely conscious. I become extremely present, in flow, void, whatever you want to call it. The vortex, as Abraham Hicks calls it. There's so many different names. And then in that moment, I remove my attention from thinking the way that I was thinking and the emotional energy that's now being experienced in the body. And then I place my attention on what I do want in that moment. And this will release the subconscious programming. This will release the automatic assumptions that I had. And this will purify the subconscious mind. So the next time I'm in a similar situation, I will just remain present or in flow. Why? Because I released that subconscious belief that was causing me to overthink it or react. So then the conscious mind becomes one with the subconscious mind. They're no longer opposing each other. You're no longer, you're telling yourself everything's good, and then subconsciously you're having a story about everything's fucked up. You're having all this emotional turmoil while you're consciously affirming you're good. Everything's in harmony. What up, Amanda?
What's up? KJX. Yeah, you've been manifested for a year, but you were together most of the time. Now you're not seeing each other as much or texting, and it's harder. So I wasn't being out of flow as much as I am now. Yeah, and I mean, obviously there were things there, obviously to create the situation in the first place. So the thing you need to do now is you are aware of that, so now be in flow. That's the beautiful part.
It was like that with my wife. My wife was falling back into my life. And then she would appear to be distant. And it was more of an opportunity for me to practice what it was that I just talked about. Remove my attention from what I don't want, all the energy associated with it, and place my attention on what I do want, i.e., I'm in the perfect relationship. And so that's all you're doing, is that anytime you're having the thought, anytime you're having the desire, you just go within and acknowledge you're in your perfect relationship. Get merge with that state. That's really what's happening. Because if you think about it like this, there's the state. Anything you can think of as a state or a sensation that exists within you now. You are the consciousness. You're the awareness. So your awareness becomes one with a state, and then that state produces a material equivalent of that inner state. So if you're wanting to bring something to life, your consciousness merges with that state that already exists within you now. And as you merge with that state, which is felt usually as a sensation or a feeling, then materializes as an outside manifestation. That's really how creation works. And so whenever a belief is arising or your senses are suggesting things aren't the way you want them to be, you deny your senses, you go within, and you put yourself back into the state that things are the way you want them to be. And then your person reappears. It's what happened with my wife. I've gone through that probably close to 50 times with her. If not more, to be honest. Dude, so many times, bro. So many times. So many times. Like, I've seen my wife transform. That's why I became a master at this. I saw my wife transform, 10,000 different times since a couple of years ago. So it's like, I understand clearly how this works.
Yeah, big V. Yeah, why? He said he's not ready for commitment. He wants to enjoy his freedom. Yeah, it's a fear you have. All you have to do is, just like Joseph said, just go within and imagine your desire, because that state already exists within you now. So that's all you have to do is drop your awareness from the state that you're currently in, that you're currently experiencing with 3D, and merge with the state that you do desire. There's circumstances don't matter. I can promise you that.
So wait, V's saying he wants to be a fuckboy? No, I don't think that's like a bad thing, right? Like there's times where I desire to have fun, and there's nothing wrong with that. No shame or condemnation, right? Like enjoy wherever it is that you're at. But I find that very quickly I did end up wanting to be in a relationship. So you may find that same thing for you too, but just be wherever you're at. Whatever it is that your desire is, be there fully and enjoy yourself. And then you'll find that if you do actually prefer to be some other way or somewhere else, it'll very quickly be apparent to you. That's another thing I found too is that um, I notice that things manifest really quickly when my heart desires for it to happen. Like I'll give you an example. Um, when I went through the last breakup, there was a pretty long time where it was like I wasn't emotionally nor was my heart ready for another relationship, and so I didn't attract another relationship. But then the moment that I felt like I was open to a relationship, it happened very quickly. So like that's the thing I find too often that happens um, in flow is that whenever I'd like really love for something to happen or my heart's open to something, like it'll manifest really, really fast, but it won't manifest before then, if that makes sense. It's kind of just like when the time comes, when I'm ready, when my heart's open to it, when I prefer it, it flows to me, but it won't flow to me sooner than that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's almost like the desire becomes awakened when you're ready.
Yeah.
Amanda said, I fell out of flow today, but I gave myself a slap and I'm back in flow. Well, I'm gonna have to try that one out. Like, I've noticed that not giving in to negative beliefs has made them appear so much more rarely. Yeah, 100%.
Dude, my hat again. The side. Okay, you need the side hat energy.
There it is. They're bringing it on again.
Flavor Flav, bro.
Let's
You don't want
go.
this. When I put my hat like this, dude, it just I don't even know, bro.
Yeah, it's just straight flow.
Yeah.
Keely, ask away. Keely said, "Can I ask a question? Are you mean on in chat or you mean on video?" While we wait, Becky said, "How do I stop thinking about my SP all day?" Well, right now you're thinking about SP all day because you're seeing it separate from you and thinking it's something outside of you. So it's just constant obsession. And once you recognize that everything is you and everything is just reflecting you, you focus more on you, not what's outside. Aisha, Ryan was a rock star yesterday. When I have that black hoodie on.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Ryan's a rock star every day in my book.
Thank you, man.
They got filters. Oh,
Oh,
what the fuck?
oh, there it is. What is this? Is this aura? What is that? Are you getting beamed up into the mothership?
Oh shit, is that what's happening?
I feel like it. I kind of like it. It's like an aura around you. I I don't even know how to access the filters, man. It's raining flow state aura. That's exactly it.
The flow state aura. I'm going Super Saiyan. Ah.
As soon as Joseph gets on, that's what you just put on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Super Saiyan 6 right now. I'm more the universe won't think of. Do I manifest then just stop thinking about them? I'm worried the universe will think I don't want it.
Great
Um,
question. That question comes up a lot.
yeah, yeah, it's Here's the thing is like when you're in flow, it's not that you don't think about it anymore. You just think about it the way that you love for it to be. And it's not obsession. It's not from a place of needing or wanting. Like it's you're fulfilled, right? Like when I'm in the Sabbath, it's not that I didn't think about my wife anymore, which is the Sabbath is very comparable to flow state. It's not that I didn't think about my wife anymore. It's that I just didn't have reactions that we weren't in a loving relationship. I wasn't thinking about the old story. I wasn't obsessing or needing or lacking. I'd still thinking about it, but I think about it in a lovely manner, in a manner that was us being in a loving relationship. So like that's what happens when you give up that obsession or the needing or the wanting, is
Yeah.
that when you do think of them, you'll think of them in a lovely way. Hi. Yo, thank you for the heartbeats. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the love, guys. Thank you for liking the streams. Guys, if you haven't followed myself and Ryan already, make sure you do so. We come live every day at noon Arizona time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, we help a fuck ton of people manifest in person. So come chill with us. If everything is me, fears make no sense because I would be fearful of my own awareness.
Unless fear isn't a part of your natural state. You wouldn't have fear because that isn't who you are by default. Fear fear only comes into play when we get outside of who we truly are. When you get out of flow, the ego, any state involving the ego loves to bring fear in.
Yo, Bubba, thank you for following, bro. Do you even know how fun it? Dude, Yo, a galaxy. Thank you for the
Ooh.
galaxy, bro. Oh, it's a manifesting. You know what's
Oh,
funny? I was just thinking that yesterday. I was like, it'd be cool if someone did like a manifesting or whatever, because I was watching someone stream and
how
they
does
did
that
that, and I
work?
was like, yo, it'd be fucking awesome.
How do you do that? Is that a gift?
Yeah, yeah. Do you even know how fun you are? He said, well, thank you so much, Bubba. I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, thank
Um, you know, I'm it's actually really crazy the shit that goes on my mind, but I love it and I do enjoy myself. I don't know how other people think of me. My
you.
wife tells me I'm funny, but I sometimes just think she says that because we're married. But I appreciate the kind words, bro. And it's wild as shit in my head. You should have seen it about 15 years ago, though. It was fucking insane. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it was a Jerry Springer show, which, by the way, I really enjoy Jerry Springer shows. I'm not sure why they don't have them anymore.
Yeah, that would be huge today.
And thank you for the follow. Thank you for following the stream. I appreciate you, brother, and welcome.
Thank you. Man, just Joe manifesting for everyone. That's awesome, Joe. So kind of you.
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
Alex said, why does it take sometimes 1 year to get back my SP? Because of who you're being. It's always reflecting you. So as long as it takes you, that's why some people can do it in a week, some people 3 months, some people 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. On God. You record Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer's fucking fire.
Yeah.
Jerry, Jerry.
Yeah, that was dude. I loved his security guy. He
Bro.
had his own show. What was his name? I forget. His security guy got his own talk show.
Oh, yeah, dude.
He was awesome.
I love the rednecks on there. They were like fucking each other's cousins and shit. Like,
Oh, non-stop. He'd be
uh,
my favorite is like you'd have someone on and he's like married to his cousin, and then you come to find out he's like cheating on her with his other cousin or his stepsister. I'm like, what is happening?
yeah, bro. Yeah, I was like, God, it's amazing to me that people like this exist. It's incredible, actually. It's like,
Yeah,
because you're in a bubble, and oftentimes, like, you'll see people appear in a certain way because, like, it's what's how you're supposed to be in society. But then you see these people just being, well, just authentically them. To be fair,
yeah.
and it's just like I love observing it. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah, it's just raw. Oh, what's his name? Steve. You're right. It was Steve.
Yo, thank you, Just Joe. You're the best.
Ah,
Thank you, everybody, for liking the stream. Alexander, liking the stream. Kaz, you're the best. Tio, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys have been going fucking wild. When is it becoming chasing energy for an SP? And Elisa, it's if you're feeling like it's chasing energy, that's the state that you're occupying while doing it, right? Because like when you're feeling like your SP is in love with you, you don't feel chasing energy. Chasing energy puts yourself in the state of you're chasing the individual, right? Like
yeah,
if you're questioning if you're in the state, you're not in the state. If you're um, wanting SP, you're not in the state. If you're needing SP, you're not in the state. It's when you're in the state, your viewpoint changes, your perspective changes, your belief systems change, the way you see SP changes, the thoughts that come to you change, the emotions that you experience change. You know that you're in the state. It's something that you just know beyond the mind. So if you're questioning if you're in chasing energy, you're in chasing energy. So just leave that state and put yourself in the loving relationship. It's a very simple. It doesn't have to be hard. It's not a complicated thing. You just there's several ways you can do it. You can literally just remember by saying thank you to have the perfect relationship, and then putting yourself there. You can ask yourself what would the feeling be like. You can visualize a scene from the end. There's several different options you have to put yourself there.
Lucas, Ryan, how did your SP react when she knew you had manifested her? Uh, she loves it, dude. But it was funny. She said a lot of things at first. Like I remember going to dinner the first time. She was like, she was talking to somebody else, and she was like, "Oh, I just had to be here. I don't know why. I just had to come to dinner tonight with you," saying all this stuff. I just laughed. Of course you did. Steve Wilkos. That was it.
Thank you, Luke, for liking the live. Thank you, Kaz. Thank you, Denny. You guys are the best.
Here's a question for you. Is self-concept just as important as staying dedicated to having the thoughts of being with them?
In my opinion, I never worked on self concept because I never. It's not a. I can think that I'm attractive or I'm worthy, but that doesn't mean that I'm attractive or worthy to that person. And oftentimes I found that that was the issue is not that I didn't feel I was attractive or worthy. I'd observe girls that were attracted to me. I know I'm attractive. It's not, that wasn't the issue. The issue was that I was having the old story in my head. The issue was that I was having certain assumptions about how they felt about me. That was the issue, not whether or not I was attractive enough. So so to me, self concept is a secondary thing. The primary thing was living in the end. This is why Neville talked about this so often. So in the end is I'm already in a loving relationship. And so what will happen is automatically my self-concept will change, my beliefs will change, my perspective will change, my person will change, my emotions will change, my thoughts will change. I just go to the end
Yeah.
and automatically embody everything.
Facts.
Just Joe with the United Heart. Thank you, Just Joe. You're so awesome. Thank you for the heart puff, Denny.
Danielle said, "How to know when to reach out to the SP." Um, if you're ever doing it to get something, I wouldn't advise it. because the state you're in, it just feels right, and you don't care about the reaction. You don't care. You're not trying to hear something back or get something from them. It's just it's very natural. If it feels anything other than that, then you're probably trying to force it.
Oh God, just Joe, thank you for the mustache and hat. You are amazing.
It sounds so funny. Thank you for the mustache and hat. I appreciate it. I was really looking for one of those.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what half of these gifts are, but I know that I know they sent me a gift, and I appreciate them
Yes, fire.
being lovely like that. So
Yeah, exactly. Just call me. That would explain why everyone from my past has been coming back and not my SP. Exactly. There you go, Emily. Just came back from meeting my SP. It was great. Well, hold on. Your second half, not so much. It was great, but not awesome. Do I just keep affirming my reality? Yeah, but what's so important is whatever state you're in, who you're being, is always who you're conscious of being, what you're aware of. So if you're aware of it not being ideal and not being awesome, well, now there's a problem that didn't exist. The only problem that exists are the ones that we create. So go back in and see it as ideal.
thank you for the heart, me, Denny. You guys are Joe and Denny. Thank you. Just showing how much I appreciate you both. The manifestations for everyone. Thank you, Joe. The feeling's mutual. We love your energy.
Yeah, always.
It's addictive.
Lucas Graham. Do you believe that you can wake up in a different height or something? Do you believe that you can wake up in a different height or something like that without unfolding? Did you mean different state? I think you did. I'm going to assume you meant a different state. Do you believe that you can wake up in a different state or something like that without it unfolding? No, because I think that it's always unfolding. There's always movement, and it just the moment you allow it and you're not looking for it and trusting that it's unfolding. There's always. I can look back at mine, and there was always a bridge. The bridge was always being built the moment I was being who I authentically was. So it just constant. It's the more aware you become, you realize when you're checking out there, what you're really saying is, I don't see anything, because you're not being that version. So.
Uh-huh.
Just Joe, I love the change in myself in the short space of time and never changing this feeling. Yeah, that's awesome, Just Joe.
On God, guys. Yeah. And just show, thank you for saying that. And if you guys are wanting to get fast improvements as well, we do have our school community that's in our link. Guys, make sure you check it out. It's an awesome place. There's a lot of accountability, which I find is the most important thing on this journey, is having people that have manifested their SP and care about me to stick alongside with you. And so that's what the school community is about. So if you guys want to join, it is in our profile.
It really does too. Just getting off a call makes you present and aware just by itself. So that, like you always say, the flow is very magnetic. You get sucked into the tractor beam.
Are we answering questions? Yes, we are, Lean. Still ain't heard the question, but I got the answer. Anybody know the song?
No. Oh, man. I'm going to take a while. I can't even guess it.
Drizzy Drake.
Oh, goodness, man. I should have known.
School is truly amazingly been on my first call tonight. It's awesome. Thank you so much. KJX, thank you for liking the live. You the best.
I'll tell you another Drake line, dude. You know it's real when you are who you think you are.
Bro, I love that.
I'm like, damn.
I love Drake. Dude, he's into manifesting.
Yeah, most of those guys are.
Any Luis's tapper because I'm typing over.
Yeah, right. Finger is numb.
What I wonder is what the fuck does it even look like? I'm trying to picture like a machine that like sits here in front of your shit and is just like,
Dude, it's exactly it. You know what's funny? I saw a TikTok yesterday, and a kid had one. You know that hammer, the ball hammer massager that you use that vibrates real fast. A kid just took it, put it on the back of his finger on the TikTok video he was watching, and it was just a million miles an hour. And I'm like, dude, these kids are smart as hell.
guys, get out your massager thing
Yeah.
for your back and freaking put it in front of your finger and
Yep.
that's wild.
Yeah, KJX, a lot of celebs are. Aline had the question. Great. I have my SP, but we have had a shaky past and I get anxious a lot. How can I handle this? Well, first off, you got to drop the old story. I mean, the anxiety, I'm guessing, is coming from a past belief from the old story. So recognize that there's nothing outside of you. Once you recognize that, what is your desire? And if your desire is to have a loving, amazing relationship with your SP, then be that version. And anything that comes up, just release it. You don't have to identify with it. And if the feeling of anxiety comes up, you don't have to give it meaning. It is what it is. Just allow it to pass, allow the thoughts to pass, and go back to being present. Like Joseph always says, emotion is just energy in the body. We choose to give it meaning. So then it happens again. We're like, oh, it means this is happening. And it's like, maybe, or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it means you're just really excited about being who you are now.
Here's the thing. I will share too. I've noticed, particularly within the last week, is I can't tell you how many times that the little I suggested things to me that like things aren't the way I want them to be, or there's this problem, there's that problem. So I find myself pretty regularly removing my attention from particular things. Like for instance, when I'll be on calls, okay, like let's say that I happen to look at how many people are on the call.
Yeah.
Now it'll make an assumption, go, oh shit, this isn't the way that you want it to be. Fuck doing this thing, right? Or something like that. This is a very quick knee-jerk reaction it'll have or assumption it'll make. And we all do this. The more conscious we become, the more we become aware of it, and the more that we can change it and make it not us create the same circumstance. We can have new outcomes and stuff. Is immediately in that moment feeling how you would feel if it was the way that you would love for it to be. So it's just continuously finding these little reactions. And how do you know what your reactions are? By your emotional state. Because look at it this way. If you have a positive assumption, your emotions are going to be good. If you have a positive meaning, your emotions are going to be good. Because anytime that you're going to go on a date or you're going to go and do this thing and you know it's going to be a good outcome, you feel good about it. And anytime that you're having a negative meaning or a negative assumption, your emotions are going to be shitty, which is letting you know that your meaning or your assumption is not in harmony with how you'd love for it to be.
Yeah.
So this is universal. This is across the board. So if I'm feeling this bliss, I'm feeling this love, I'm feeling this fulfillment, I will magically observe that situation transform before my eyes. It happens like clockwork all the time. If my reaction is the same, I will see the circumstance be the same or slightly go in a way that I wouldn't prefer. Continuously. So it's about immediately finding the assumption that the little I is making based upon appearances or based upon our assumptions or based upon our senses. And if it isn't the way that you love, immediately going within and feeling that it is the way that you love. That is it. Like that is literally how to transform your reality. It's just that simple, that quick, that easy. That's it. Thank you for liking live, guys. Don't know if you followed UFC. I absolutely do. I love John Jones. He's a wild card, which I relate to. That's how I used to be. And also his mentality is out of this world. which I am like that as well. So I love John Jones. Do you interact when they show back up unfavorably? No. No, this is how it works, is that you only pay attention. Your attention is the most expensive currency on this earth. In fact, it's the only thing that matters on this earth. You don't focus on things that aren't the way you want them to be. You don't focus on behavior that is in alignment with what you prefer. You only focus on what you love. And so my thing is whenever my wife isn't appearing in a certain way that I like, I remove my attention from it. Is forgiving yourself an SP enough to let go of the old story? Yes. Thank you for reminding me of the facts. You're welcome, Elaine. Thank you for being here and hanging out with us. Jay Rose, thank you. Thea, what up, Thea? Thank you. Kaz, I love that I'm seeing like a lot of you guys keep coming back. It's really, really cool. 22, thank you for the like. You're welcome. You're welcome, Annalisa. First time I've seen you, Annalisa, I believe. Thanks for being here. Same with you, Elaine. Thanks for chilling, guys. Thanks for chilling. Okay, I'm not going to lie, guys. I think Ryan and I are going to go in. Ryan, you ready for some Call of Duty? Okay, maybe not yet. Always learning. Facts, guys. You'll find that it's like just always like all that it comes down to once you understand that your consciousness and you experience flow, which I trust many of you have by this point, then you realize there's nothing more for you to do besides to purify your mind in any circumstance. Like in any area of your life where you're overthinking, you feel like you're lacking, you're wanting, you have problems. This is obviously an opportunity for you to purify your mind. And then once you do, you'll just remain in flow. And so that's all it becomes about then, is remaining in flow, because you know that when you're in flow, what you love will automatically flow to you. And the only reason why it didn't before is not because you didn't think about it enough or not because you didn't do enough, but because, in fact, you were having flow restrictors around your beliefs that were coming back. When you say don't give attention to what you don't like, I heard someone say like you just don't react to the bad behavior. Correct. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. You don't pay it any mind. So basically you claimed that you were back with your wife and she appeared. Correct, Izzy. Yeah. Do you speak on healing illnesses at all? I mean, there's been several people that told me that they had cancer. I tested they had cancer, and like my buddy's father-in-law had cancer, and I revised the conversation to where like he didn't have cancer, and so he came back like a couple of days later and didn't have cancer. My mom had cancer. She was supposed to die after 6 months. She had extremely aggressive cancer, and because of me imagining for her, she lived like 4 or 5 years. So yeah. But would you also like to be okay? But would you also like to be okay with it or pretend to be? No, no, KJX. There's one of two options. Either A, you can remove your attention from it, or B, you can ask yourself, why does this person need to be different? And we talked about this in the school community before. I think you missed this part. But the thing is that it fundamentally comes down to you always. In society, it's always talked about that it's not okay to be selfish, but I actually think that that's incorrect. And in fact, there isn't a single person that exists that isn't selfish. What I mean by that is that even people that give to charity, they do so because they love how they feel. They love how they feel observing people being a certain way. Why am I doing this? Because I'm being selfish. I love doing what it is that I'm doing. I love seeing people's lives be better. I love feeling... I love being who I'm being when I'm helping people. Selfish, right? Why is it that, like, the point I'm getting at is everything that somebody does or you wanting somebody to be different than they are fundamentally comes back to it has something to do with you. So when SP does this, you don't like that behavior. You don't want them to be that way anymore because it makes you feel X, Y, and Z. Or if SP does behave this way, it'll make you feel X, Y, and Z. So when you can understand what feeling it is that you want, then you don't need the person to do anything because you remember that you're the source of that feeling and you can just give it to yourself. Then it frees up that person to be as they are. And then what inadvertently ends up happening is because you're no longer upset or bothered by that person's behavior, the person never doesn't show up that way anymore. So, what up, Buna? So, find why does him being that way bother you? How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel like you're not loved? Does it make you feel like you're not important? Does it make you feel like you're not worthy? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And whenever you find what that is, then go within and recognize that you are the source of it and that fulfillment already exists within you now. And then you'll no longer care if he shows up a particular way or he doesn't show up a particular way. And guess what? This is at the time where he'll show up in the way that you love. Because to he that has, more shall be given to him. To he that doesn't have, the little he does have will be taken from him. Plus, I trust you guys seeing what you resist will persist. So whenever you go, this bothers me or I hate this, you'll experience more of that because you're holding on to it in your consciousness. And that when you're okay with something or you don't care anymore, all of a sudden that thing flows around because you released it from your consciousness. Thank you for the rose, Una. Thank you for the heart puff, Denny. Hey, Ryan, are you down for some cop?
Oh, of course.
All right. Guys, I also can't post this live unless it's less than an hour. So I'm hoping that it's less than an hour so I can post this live.
Well, I was going to ask you, yeah, there's 3 minutes, I think. So you found out how to grab it and then post it?
It has to be under an hour. So I download it and I think I just post it like as a video and then that's it. But if it's over an hour, it will let me post it.
Gotcha. All right, you better call it then so it'll post.
Thank you for the heart, me, KJX. I love you guys a long time. See you guys tomorrow, same time.
Later, guys.
Later, guys.